Hello everyone, I am Maya and welcome back to my channel. In this pick a card, we are going to talk about the transit of Saturn going into Aquarius and your psychic predictions. Now, before you choose the pile, I just want you to know, guys, that this type of alignment, this type of transit, Saturn in Aquarius in 2021, it's going to be a huge transit and it's gonna last until the 7th of March 2023, if I am correct. Comment down below if you know so much more than me. And the last time the Saturn was in Aquarius, the water barrier, was during 1994, exactly when the internet exploded and it's changed completely our lives. I was 4 years old, now you know how old I am, so I clearly and vividly remember the energy of Saturn in Aquarius back in 1994. Those were, I know it sounds ridiculous because I was a child. That was so important years for me. When I was 8 years old, I started reading tarot. I started going online and find out so many information about things. I started watching horror movies, practicing witchcraft, and so much more. And it all happened during the age of Aquarius. And I am super excited to bring you on to the speaker card where we are going to look according to the energies what for you Saturn in Aquarius is going to bring. Now, obviously consult also your favorite astrologer to know much more about this transit, as I'm only a tarot reader. Therefore, I'm going to read the oracles, channel for you, and read the tarot cards. But let's see together now what Saturn in Aquarius as a transit it's going to bring to you guys. Mind you that I use tropical astrology and not sidereal, neither Vedic astrology, but in the speaker card we are simply going to look at the cards and the energies, and I really hope that the message is going to be helpful and will resonate with you. Now let's choose our piles, and the timestamps are going to be down below, and I see you in a minute. Okay, pile number 1, welcome to your reading. Let's see how Saturn in Aquarius it's going to affect you in any possible way. Whether or not you do have a Saturn return, doesn't matter. This energy of Saturn in Aquarius that will last until the 7th March 2023, it's going to be huge in a way or another, collectively and personally. And it's definitely going to bring exciting and maybe scary for some people changes. Now, pile number 1, you chose the flower of life as a stone, beautiful, and you also chose this particular message symbolized by this picture of the Buddha in the middle of a city. Now, let's find out together the energy through the tarot and get clarifiers from the oracles as well for you, my pile number 1, and what will happen during this transit of Saturn in Aquarius for you, pile number 1. Okay, let's figure out the tarot first. So we have the 4 of Swords, Gemini, Libra, or Aquarius. Then we have the Knight of Wands, Aries, Leo, or Sag. And we have the Death card, Scorpio. Very, very interesting, pile number 1. Let me tell you something, it might not resonate with everybody. Private readings are down below. Keep in mind these are general readings, but I am picking up on the vibe, pile number 1, that probably you have Saturn in Aquarius in your chart, and probably you are dealing with Saturn return at this time. Now, it doesn't have to be like this for everybody of you, but I feel this transit of Saturn in Aquarius for you, pile number 1, it's making you scared about something. It's making you like, everybody is bragging about this age of Aquarius, but why am I feeling so scared? And that is because I feel that pile number 1, Saturn in Aquarius for you, and you could be a Scorpio, by the way, it's going to be a very different energy compared to what you're used to. Maybe you were very, you kind of like the age of Pisces, you find yourself comfortable in the age of Pisces, and you are someone, pile number 1, that likes to be in the comfort zone. Maybe you have accomplished so much already, or perhaps you kind of like, you were okay with that energy. Let's put it in this way. But this Saturn in Aquarius, it's almost telling you, first of all, what it's going to happen from the 17th of December 2020 when Saturn is going to be in Aquarius. And I hope I'm going to post this pick a card before that. But nevertheless, you're going to start feeling very tired. You're going to start feeling that you really need rest. Maybe perhaps it's because during the age of Pisces, or in 2020 or in 2019, 2018, you have been working a lot and you have been overworking. I feel that perhaps in 2018, you might have found something that you felt really passionate about with this Knight of Wands. It could have been even a relationship, or we're going to cover everything, so give me the time to just channel the energies. Generally speaking, I feel that you have found something that you were deeply passionate about, and if that is a relationship or even a job or a career, I feel that from 2018, but especially 2019, 2020, one of these 3 years, this passion of yours is kind of like made you burn out, either because you have worked so hard due to the cold energy of Saturn in Capricorn that made you be very obsessed about career or obtaining results or being in a certain way, plus the age of Pisces in and of itself, you felt like you had to own a certain standard. And with the Knight of Wands, this tells me that you felt extremely burned out by the entire situation. Now, if you're talking about a relationship, for instance, it could be that this relationship that you had companionship, marriage, just, you know, a crush, whatever it might be for you, or even couple of dates, fit the message where it needs to fit, of course, made you feel very, very tired, very drained, because it started with you being so passionate about this person, or perhaps about certain individuals, and then ending up with nothing in the end apart from you feeling drained. In fact, I am picking up on the vibes of people that either separated or people that are single very much. And so what is going to happen with the Saturn in Aquarius, first and foremost, pile number one, Saturn, it's going to ask you to reflect, pause, and relax and retreat in a way, which is something, mind you, pile number one, that for you it's going to be extremely hard, because you are somebody, pile number one, that just wants to go and do things, even though it might not be has a period on the outside, meaning, in other words, for other people, but deep inside, this is how you feel. Now, this doesn't mean that for the entire transit, like up until 2023, you're going to be sleeping and retreating. No, this is going to be the beginning of the transit and the beginning of what Saturn wants you to do. And that is why I am picking up on the vibe of many people having their Saturn return with Saturn in Aquarius. Certainly, I am seeing at least 50%, but obviously this resonates also for the people who don't have that placement. And what is going to happen during this retreat, which could be even physical, like you going to an ashram, going to a place where you, I don't know, whatever it is that you're into in terms of retreat, medicine plants. Some people are into that. Some people are more into meditation. Some other people are more into yoga. Some other people are more into retreat online. However, whatever it's going to be for you, I'm seeing that you're going to do this, which is positive. And Saturn is going to guide you through signs and synchronicity towards this retreat. It could be even a retreat in your, in your home space, from your job, from people. And the reason why Saturn in Aquarius wants you to stop getting burnt out, it's because you have lost touch with your creativity, with your imagination, and if I can tell you, pile number one, also with your soul a little bit. Because like I said, I am picking up on the vibe that Saturn in Capricorn has made you very business oriented, very career oriented, very goal oriented, maybe perhaps even in your relationships, or the type of romantic partners that you have attracted. Maybe you wanted to attract people to work with, especially, or people that were really treating you only as a business but not as a person, and they weren't really understanding you at the core. So during this retreat, pile number one, what Saturn wants to teach you, it wants to teach you that sometimes in the space of nothingness and in the silence, there can be so much more to gain and so much more to know, so much more to explore, and ultimately wants to connect you to your true self, or in a lack of better words, we could say into your higher self. And this is going to be fundamental for you, pile number one, in order to truly regain passion. Because during the process, in my opinion, of Saturn in Capricorn, yes, you started with a lot of passion, but somehow the passion was lost along the way. And obviously, when passion is lost, passion is a bit the fuel of life, you need to regain it. How do we access passion? Passion meaning the passion for your purpose, the passion for life, for doing things and not feeling like things are such a heavy work. We do that through our imagination, through the 12th house of retreat and isolation, through our creativity, and through seeing things also with the eye of your inner child. And this is very positive. This is very beautiful. And I am definitely seeing this energy starting off from the 17th of December, while Saturn and also Jupiter, mind you, are going to be in the sign of Aquarius. Now, we also have for you, my pile number one, the Death card. How scary. You are scared of this transit deep down in your subconscious, because You are scared first to settle down and having a space where you don't do anything because you're so used to engage with people, or you're so used to produce, that it's almost like the train wants to stop, but you're still fueling that train and you're almost going to crash on a wall. Saturn loves you. It doesn't hate you. Therefore, it wants to give something so you learn the lesson. It's that harsh teacher that you will always remember because it's the one that made you grow the most. And with the Death card, it indicates not only a pause, a temporary pause in whatever it is that you were doing that eventually led you to this burnout, but it also represents that inner transformation that Saturn in Aquarius is going to bring you, and that is ultimately super necessary for you, my pile number one. And it has to do with the Knight of Wands, with the reconnection to your higher self. And this is a very, very powerful transit for you. With the Death card, I'm going to be honest with you. Don't be scared, but it could be that you're going to see you're going to end up certain relationships perhaps, or you're going to perhaps evaluate certain relationships, or even if it's not relationships, dynamic around you, dynamic about yourself, certain patterns of yours, and you're definitely going to reevaluate the way you have been doing things so far and the way you have been carried on your career and your purpose, and you're going to transform it. Possibly some of you guys are going to end it in order to wait for something better. And hold on, what does it mean to wait? Yes, Saturn sometimes makes you completely erase what is not necessary anymore, and then it leaves you empty, waiting for something new to come. This is not a bad thing because it is again connected to the Four Swords, indicating the importance for you, pile number one, to be still, to retreat, and to allow emptiness and silence to feel back your consciousness, so you can not only transform but truly access that power within your higher self. And this is the prominent energy that I am picking up for you, my pile number one, in this Saturn in Aquarius transit. Now, we need much more clarifiers. So as a clarifier from the angels, I got a very straightforward message, which is the retreat message. We are going to touch on that in a second. We also have from the Tarot of Scarab, the Two of Wands, the Lord of Peace restored. Beautiful card for you, pile number one. And also we do have Freya, also connected to the animal and spirit animal of the lynx. Unleash your adventurous side, take risk and be daring. Beautiful. And this is perfect for you, my pile number one. Why I'm saying that? Are you insane? Like, you're just telling me that practically things are gonna end up for me and I just have to wait and do nothing? No. This transit lasts up until 2023. There is so much more to talk about, so let's get started. After this retreat that you're going to have in order, and possibly this phase of retreat, it's going to last, it's going to last in 2021, but don't worry about it, because by the time that we are going to enter for you the end of 2021 and we are going to be at the door of 2022, you are going to see the light at the end of the tunnel. And ultimately, this is going to be a test for you done by Saturn in Aquarius, because now that you have rest, now that I see you retreating and thinking about yourself first, Saturn is going to ask you at the door of 2022 to make a very important decision. First, the transformation. First, pile number one, the reconnection to your soul. And once you can see yourself back and you kind of feel that you are connected to that true passion of yours, then the decision needs to be made. And the decision will be, do I want to go back and just completely pretend that I am never learned anything and go back doing things in the old ways? Or do I want to act according to my restored peace that finally I've found, and therefore heading for a path that is more bold, courageous, like almost a mountain cat or a lynx. What you're going to do, thanks to Saturn in Aquarius, it's either something very artistic and very creative, or it's going to be something very unique and very different. And this is an energy that will resonate deeply with you, but also deeply with the collective. With Saturn in Aquarius, we're going to start seeing more personalities, more people that want to stand out for being themselves. We're going to see a lot of movement, a lot of changes, a lot of like even odd ways of looking at life, if you may. But that's all good. That it's going to be the symptom of variety at large. And in my opinion, for you specifically, pile number one, you are going to find your uniqueness, your variety within the crowd and also within your isolation. I don't know where your Saturn is. It could be that your Saturn is in the 12th house. Nevertheless, be bold in 2022 and in all this transit in Saturn in Aquarius, because Saturn in Aquarius, it's going to pay off greatly for you, my pile number one, if you will take decisions that come from your true sense of self, actually sense of higher self, that restored peace that you will find during 2021. And when I'm saying restored peace, pile number one, I mean the restored peace within yourself, of knowing that you can let go of what has made you so heavy in your chest, and especially you can let go of always had to pretend to be comfortable in a zone that perhaps made you comfortable, but you weren't actually that comfortable. It was only an illusion because you wanted to fit a certain standard. So with that being said, now that you recognize that in actuality you were never that comfortable, you can act upon that restored peace of this is who I am, and I have learned to love myself for who I am, not for what other people want me to be. And what a wonderful awareness that is, what a wonderful moment that is, in order to stop the indecision and finally bring forth to the world your bold, authentic self. Moreover, pile number one, what I am seeing in terms of relationship, you completely feeling free, whether this is in a relationship or outside romantic partners, and possibly also pile number one, meeting more artistic, eccentric, bold people, even friendship around you that will give you the push, that will give you the excitement of finding the true courage to explore new territories. And this is going to be your Saturn in Aquarius. But let's find out more. Also, I am seeing for you Pisces as a card from my zodiac deck. Then I'm also seeing the Sun. And I'm also seeing Saturn. So there you go. With the card of Saturn, in my opinion, again, it is very much likely that you guys are going to have Saturn return this year or in this transit. If not, you could be a Sun in Pisces as well, or you could have Saturn and the Sun sitting together in your birth chart. Definitely Pisces is a strong sign connected to Neptune and connected to the 12th house that we were mentioning before. And with the sun, I feel, and Pisces, especially in Saturn, the important lesson that you are going to learn, pile number one, during this transit, it's to tap into your true creativity, into your true power, and into your true light. What is the sun, after all, if not the star that brights our world? And for us, the fundamental source of our life. That's why in ancient cultures, the sun, like in ancient Egyptian culture, was revered, was prayed as a god, the god Ra, because it's the source of life. And the light is a metaphorical source within our consciousness. And with Pisces being such an important sensitive sign, obviously it goes without saying, you probably have heard this before, pile number one, you are sensitive, you are artistic, you are spiritual, you are empath. And I feel that this very pure, innocent nature of yours, pile number one, is being a bit corrupted, we could say, or kind of bented when Saturn was in Capricorn. But in this transit, in Saturn in Aquarius, you are going to find your light back. And this is going to be a transformation for you, pile number one, into maturity. But what type of maturity? A maturity where also, pile number one, you are going to understand, okay, but what are my limits? What do I mean by that? In the past, because you were thinking so much about setting a standard and being appreciated for a vision that you had in your mind that you want to project to the world, which is not bad, but this is what you were doing, you got this burnout. And due to this burnout, you didn't understand your limits. Here's the thing, as a soul, we have unlimited power and we really can do anything. Nothing is impossible in the spirit world, in the material world, according to the soul. But nevertheless, we have to respect the illusion and we have to respect the fact that we have also a body. And our body has needs sleep, needs rest, needs high energy food, high energy, and has a limited amount of energy. And this is okay as long as you know your limits, you know your boundaries, emotional and not, and you know how to use it wisely. In that way, you can tap into your greatest self and use that infinite power that comes from source and from your soul through your limited battery life of your body. And I know it sounds very contradictory, but it's the balance between these two energies that truly will lead you into maturity when it comes down to utilize your energy at the best. And this also has to do with you finding the light back, because sometimes people like you, pile number one, they overwork and they get a burnout because in actuality, they're so sensitive and they are so self-aware and conscious that they feel that they're not worthy if they don't show the world how hard they work. But Saturn in Aquarius wants to tell you this is not who you are. You have to respect your level of energy. God, source, has made you perfect just the way you are. You just are more sensitive, and you need to, rather than go so aggressively, even in a masculine way, towards things, pile number one, you need to learn how to be bold, how to be courageous. And maybe you're going to work less in a way, but you're going to certainly work coming from a place that is stronger within your root chakra, I am seeing, and also solar plexus chakra. And you're going to work from a place of peace and a place from owning your true skills and talents. And this is really what Saturn is going to do to you as a transit. Also, what I am seeing, pile number one, is going to reconnect you, like I was saying, to your creativity, but to your dreams, to your true dreams and aspiration that, in my opinion, pile number one, judging upon these cards, they have took kind of like a sit back, a backseat because you were losing yourself in this race of I need to work and I need to show the world the standard. You kind of lost that true innocence that characterizes you and characterizes especially your inner truthful dreams and desires. So Saturn, especially by the time the Saturn it's going to be away from Aquarius, it's going to transit away, it's going to deliver the gift of the lesson, because every time that a planet, especially like Saturn, it's going goes away from the sign, delivers a gift, and the gift is almost like that good job type of pat on the back that the teacher gives you after 3 years of hard work, but true inner hard work. Okay, so also what I am seeing for you, my pile number 1, is the peacemaking pax facienda in Latin for you from my beautiful Aurelia deck. And this is again what Saturn in Aquarius ultimately is going to bring you as a transit. I'm sorry because my readings are very mystical in nature, so I understand they are not everybody cup of tea, but this is my style. So with the peacemaking card for you, and ultimately what Saturn in Aquarius is going to bring you peace of mind and peace in your relationships, peace in the way that you do things, because with that maturity that comes with Saturn, you're going to understand it's actually okay to be the weirdo. It is actually okay for me to push my comfort zone and not having always to prove to other people that I work so hard. And something fell from my hair, so I don't know why that happened, but it might be an omen for you that something will be released that is of great importance. Pile number 1. Now let's read the message that I have for you with the card of the Buddha that you have selected in the middle of an American city, which for me looks like Las Vegas for some reason, or it could be Los Angeles. I am not very I'm not very sure. So this is your beautiful card that you can see, and it's very interesting and peculiar the fact that you choose the Buddha in the middle of the city or of an American city, because notoriously American cities like New York, Los Angeles, Las Vegas are very active, they're very flashy, they demand, in my opinion, a lot. When I've been to Los Angeles, I felt this heavy energy from that place. It was really hard for me to stay there. I don't know if you guys are empaths like me, comment down below, and you've been in LA. I could never ever live there. Like the energy was just too much. I know many astrologers and many tarot readers live there, so I'm not offending the city in and of itself. I'm just saying that it is a lot if you're not used to it. And you could live there, for instance, or whatever it is. The Buddha in the middle of the city does represent Saturn in Aquarius transit for you, pile number 1, being so the fact that the Buddha is a master of consciousness, master of meditation, an enlightened master that teaches how to remain still even in the middle of that flashy, chaotic life that we live, and truly understanding that at the end of the day, this life that we're living, it's never really about me or you against them, but it's always you and source, because that's all that matters at the end of the day. So this is also what I'm seeing for you. But reading the card and the message that I gathered, we have centering. Never leave your center. Count your bad points as well as your good. What is good and what is bad are most often purely relative. If you sense a weakness within yourself, explore it. It may become the source of your greatest strength. As you sit like a sacred Buddha amid the pandemonium of your life, always remember that the situation or person who has the ability to upset you the most, to pull off your center, is your greatest teacher in the process of centering. Such negativity can become your addiction. Center yourself in your power and release your need for constant distraction from your center. What a perfect message for you, pile number 1, because ultimately what Saturn in Aquarius wants to teach you, it's the fact that maybe also you kind of used relationships or things you consumed a lot in these years because you were bored, you weren't feeling like you were valuable, and for distraction. Rather, Saturn in Aquarius is going to oblige you to stop being distracted from what truly matters about yourself. And this is where you will really find great peace and great transformation. What an exciting, amazing time for you, my pile number 1. I wanted to channel something else because I don't want to skip anything, since this speaker card has a very important message. Also, again, when the sentence is saying, when something upset you the most and pull you off center is your greatest teacher in the process of centering, that is because Saturn in Aquarius with the Death card, it's going to lead you to, again, let go, abandon some career, some purpose, some people, something that you feel scared about. You feel uncomfortable about this transit because you just are so scared of putting yourself off-centered. But what Saturn in Aquarius wants to teach you, pile number 1, is that this decision is necessary. You just cannot go on in this way anymore. And if you will go backwards, Saturn is going to make you stop it anyway. So be bold, be eccentric, find your place back in the world. That's the sentence that I am channeling for you, pile number 1, during this transit of Saturn in Aquarius. Thank you so much for being here with me, pile number 1. Subscribe and hit the ring bell button so you get always notified about new pico cards and tarot readings that I do on this channel. Subscribe also to win my giveaway. I'm going to link the video with the instructions down below. Join my Patreon for extra pico cards and content such as vlogs, witchy videos, and so much more. And I see you guys later. And don't forget to comment and let me know your stories, because I always love to hear from you guys. Bye. Hello, pile number 2, and welcome to your reading. Let's see how Saturn in Aquarius as a transit for you, it's going to play out. I'm going to start with the tarot to see the overall energy, keeping in mind that this is a general reading, and for private reading the link is down below. And we're going to move our way up with the oracles to get more and more information. So let's get started, and don't forget to comment down so I can know your stories as well. You chose a beautiful amulet, by the way, my favorite, and it's the Cornelian Scarab from ancient Egypt. Well, it's not directly from ancient Egypt, of course, but is inspired from ancient Egypt, and I love this. This truly is a connector, the Cornelian stone, to your power, to your femininity as well. It really heals any wound or any blockages in the root chakra or in the sacral chakra as well. So let's find out together. This is also the card that you have selected as an image, and we're going to uncover and unleash the message of this card at the end of the reading. But let's start with the tarot, shall we? So what this transit is going to bring you in Saturn in Aquarius. So I'm going to show you the cards first, and then we comment them. So we have the Two of Cups, Pisces, Cancer, or Scorpio. We also have the Two of Wands, Aries, Leo, or Sag. They're like, oh my God, I feel like there are so many messages to say, and your spirit guides are like, oh, say it, say it. So hold on. And then we have the Eight of Wands. Same Aries, Leo, or Sag. Wow. So I don't even know where to start, apart from the fact that, guys, pile number 2, you have to smile. Like from the 17th of December, hopefully, finger crossed I'm going to post this video before, but nevertheless, you just have to start to smile. Maybe for some of you, pile number 2, this is the end of your Saturn return, or maybe you just don't have anything to do with Saturn return so far. And that's great to mind you for a while. But for you, this transit of Saturn in Aquarius, it's going to bring you incredible good news, and especially news that do revolve around the area of love or love more in general. What do I mean by that? You guys are so many, so I'm going to cover a few options for you, okay? So pile number 2, with the Two of Cups, it is evident for me, talking about romance, that the Saturn in Aquarius that will transit up until the 7th of March 2023, it's most likely going to bring you a soulmate relationship, twin flame, or whatever label you prefer, or even if you don't want to use any label, true love. And this is going to be, for many of you, pile number 2, a very awaited sort of love. It's almost, I'm picking up on the vibe, sincerely, pile number 2, that not many of you ever had a long-term relationship. You kind of had like maybe crushes here and there, but seriously, never something too deep. And this is the pile for you if that is the case. And in case you guys are coupled, this Saturn in Aquarius, it's going to bring you reconciliations for sure, because I am seeing with the Two of Wands, it could be that you guys are separated from a loved one, or you might be in a long distance relationship, or it might be that even if you're living together, there is some cold attitudes between each other, and things have been hard. They have been in a standby, like almost you didn't know, pile number 2, whether or not was the time for you guys to split apart. Well, I have good news for you, pile number 2. It's not, and actually Saturn in Aquarius transit, it's going to make you unite even stronger, because I feel, pile number 2, you're going to recognize what you truly love about the other person as well as yourself. And for the people, again, who are single, you have been waiting for this princess or prince charm. I'm sorry, I'm a hopeless romantic, so I have to use this terminology. Don't hate me for that. But you have been waiting for this true love to come to you for a very long time. And I feel that whether or not you have ended a Saturn return or you have nothing to do with a Saturn return, I feel Saturn wants to be generous in regards to love for you, my pile number 2. And now you might ask me immediately, I know you guys, you might ask me, but when? But how? But who is he going to be? This card wants to pop out. Listen, in my opinion, how it's gonna be, you don't have to do anything. And I know, like, you guys are gonna hate me when I say you don't have to do anything, but truly you just don't. Like, I feel that you have already put out the energy, and sometimes when you just keep obsessing over getting it and getting it, like, it's completely fine that you're doing tarot and you're watching tarot cards, like, as long as it's not an addiction or anything as such, it can help your manifestation, it can make you feel better. And sometimes I use the tarot myself for meditation, you know, so that's all good, that's all positive. But at the same time, try, pile number 2, to be surprised about life and not having always to control resolutions, outcomes, or even project too much expectations, because what Saturn in Aquarius wants to do, it wants to exceed your expectations, and the way that you're going to find this lover, it's going to be completely unexpected, and possibly will have to do with serious communications that will come from a workplace. So it could be that you're going to meet this person through your work, or it could be that you're going to meet this person due to the 8 of Wands, due to social media and communications online. That could be. For those of you instead who are coupled, pile number 2, it is better communication in your existing relationships and finding each other all of a sudden at the right speed, in the right space, at the right time, and really accomplishing a lot of things together. Now, this was for the people who are interested in love, but many of you are like, this is not a love reading. I want to know so much more about my Saturn in Aquarius transit. And you are correct, my dears. So, my dears, my dear. So, what I am seeing also with this Saturn in Aquarius transit for you, pile number 2, you are holding the world in your hand. What does it mean holding the world in your hand figuratively due to the Two of Wands? It means that you have been observing, possibly also on social media, through YouTube, you know, through general information. So let's put it this way. You have been observing how the world works when Saturn was in Capricorn. You have been trying to figure it out where you want to stand in the world. And heavenly, you have been into these questions of what is my purpose? What is my purpose? What is my purpose? And maybe Saturn in Aquarius, immediately as soon as it's going to be from the 17th of December, maybe also because of the eclipse that has been there, you are going to really know what it is that you want to do, especially with the Two of Cups representing love and representing what you love to do and love in general. And in Saturn in Aquarius, I feel it's going to give you the energy and the courage to truly go after it. And with the Eight of Wands, it could very much be that you guys want to be YouTubers. I'm going to be very straightforward. Or you want to work in communications, or you want to venture into having your own business, or even for some others of you more corporate, you want to talk to your boss and you're going to confront situations more in a straightforward way, so you can obtain the results that you always wanted to obtain also in the past. And because what I am seeing generally for you, pile number 2, is that Saturn in Aquarius, it's going to give you a lot of strength and a lot of courage to finally speak up for yourself, speak your truth, and sharing it to the world. So also what I am seeing is promotions of any kind, or if you know that you have been waiting, for instance, for some sort of more than recognition, I will say raise in your salary or upgrades of some sort, even maybe upgrading of your computers, gears, technology so far, so you can work better in your business, in your independent business. This is all going to happen thanks to Saturn in Aquarius, especially Saturn in Aquarius for you. Pile number 2, it's going to reward you if you're going to utilize technology, or you want any sort of upgrades in technology, or you're going to learn like softwares, you're going to learn like photography, editing, or anything that deals with computers, anything nerdy like, that's a very positive sign in Saturn in Aquarius transit to do. It's going to be very rewarding. Now I am hearing so many messages for this pile, so I'm going with the flow with it, so obviously fit the message where it needs to fit. And ultimately what Saturn in Aquarius, in my opinion, wants to do for you, wants to make you stop waiting and stop even observing the world like almost like you are in a glass and everything is happening outside of you, and you think like, look at all of these people obtaining what they want and living their best life, but what about me? This time Saturn in Aquarius wants you to truly take those wands and being like, no, I'm going to believe in what I love doing, and I'm going to move ahead and do it and communicate it. Especially I'm seeing for you, pile number 2, a very strong Mercurian energy, okay? So let's see with the oracles exactly how this energy is going to play out for you. Now, let me see. I am seeing from the Tarot of Sakara, the 5 of Wands, the Lord of Strife. Very interesting card, and as you can see in this card, there is a beautiful pentacle. Now the pentacle, not many know, but it's a very important symbol in witchcraft, but it's a very important symbol at large. Why? Because the pentacle, when it's not in the reverse, does represent the universe. Why? Because it does represent the 4 elements of this earth: air, fire, water, and earth. And then it does represent the center element at the point of the star, which is the Akasha, the spirits. And being such an important symbol because it does represent the alchemy that happens when the soul enters the universe, because the spirit world, it's not in the universe. The universe is a physical place, as we all know. We live in the universe. And when the soul incarnates in the universe through planet Earth, or possibly even in other planets if you believe so, creates this equilibrium with the elements that construct the world. And that's why it's such a powerful symbol for witches or for any energy works, because it does represent the energies that we are utilizing for energy work in terms of your soul meeting the material world. I can make a separate video about it. Just comment down below or even on my Patreon. Nevertheless, in this tarot of Sakara and in the tarot, the Five of Wands does represent very petty energies, arguments, gossiping, people challenging you, people being very challenging at large. So one thing that I am seeing for you, pile number 2, due to the Saturn in Aquarius, what people, because you're going to be part of the world now as a main character and not anymore as somebody witnessing the movie, because you were not even the director so far. You were just witnessing other people's movie. So you're going to come, you know, and maybe steal even the spotlight from someone, or maybe not, but you are going to be the main character of your movie. You're going to start doing that. You're going to start believing in yourself. I'm going to be honest. Some people are not going to like that. Whether these people could be people around you, they could be people, friends, they could be people on social media. It doesn't really matter. This is going to be a great lesson for you, pile number 2, to learn that what people think doesn't really matter, because unfortunately what happens, especially if you're going to put yourself in the spotlight, is that people project a lot. So sometimes due to their personal reason, people are not able to discern that when somebody is in the spotlight, it's not always directly talking to each and every individual person out there, but it's just trying to communicate and to put across their message. And this message can be misinterpreted, you can be misinterpreted as a person, as a way of talking. It's complicated because we as human beings are very fascinating, complicated creatures. So this is a great lesson, because if you are going to, or if you have to ask 10 people about you, you're going to hear 10 different stories that you're probably not even going to resonate with. And if you're going to ask more people what they think about you, or possibly even about a celebrity, everybody is going to have a different opinion, a different projection. And just seeing yourself through all this different perspective can be fascinating, but it can be also extremely destructive, because you can lose your message in the meantime. So Saturn in Aquarius, due to technology and maybe due to the fact that you're going to be willing to be in the spotlight more, is going to teach you that, it's going to teach you this, it's going to teach you that not everybody wants to be your friend and not everybody is on your side. But that's also very positive, because it's going to teach you how to become stronger. It's going to teach you discernment. It's going to teach you that sometimes people just want to be with you out of advantages that they have. And after all, it's also going to give you true friends, because you're going to see vividly who really deserves your time and deserves your emotions and who doesn't. And also this is going to happen possibly for you, pile number 2, in regards to relationships. So also what I am seeing is 2 beautiful cards, the Serenity cards from the angels and the Peace card. So even though this energy of the Five of Wands will be there, of you learning and interacting with the judgments of people, you are going to find your serenity and your peace after all. And possibly even by the end of this transit, due to the behaviors of other people and the fact that for once that you wanted to be in the spotlight, you finally understood who you had around. Because remember, true friends are seen when you are successful and you are rising, and also when you are at the lowest. It's both spectrums. You have to see who stays there for you, and also who is honest with you, because sometimes people stay because they want to steal your light and they want to steal your success, and at the same time they don't tell you the truth. Like they just tell you things because they want to please you. So that's a lesson. Then some people abandon you because they're jealous, and that's another lesson. So you will understand a lot of things around friendship. I am seeing the 11th house for some reason, and this is due to your decision to finally be in the spotlight, to finally do what you want to do. And it's easy, and at the same time it's hard, and that's why it's a great lesson. Ultimately, this transit in Saturn in Aquarius, like I was mentioning before, is going to give you a lot of peace and a lot of serenity. So this is awesome. And also what I am seeing for you is the cards of the 9th house. Very interesting. Then we also have the 12th house, okay, and Aries. So you could be a sun, moon, or rising in Aries, or your north node could be in Aries. So Aries is a natural born leader, and Aries is somebody that knows how to say the truth and knows how to share things. And maybe Aries is the type of sign that you must resonate with during this age of Aquarius, because I feel for you, pile number 2, that the great change that it's going to happen in your life, especially during 2021, but during also all the transit, is you sharing your voice and sharing your perspective, your leadership, and your assertiveness. And why also your perspective and your voice? Because with the 9th house that talks about spiritual values, religion, what you believe in, what you care about, what you're preaching to the world, it's almost like now you got it. You know what the knowledge that you own, you have transformed your beliefs for the better, and you just want to share them, and you know that you can lead others while sharing this. And also with the 9th house, I am seeing that the Saturn in Aquarius, due to the use of technology and due to the use of social media, it's going to lead you to travel, and it's going to lead you to explore new unknown territories that has to do with foreigners and foreign lands, which is beautiful. In fact, many of you could start a vlogging channel, and you might say, but there is the pandemic. Well, it's not going to last up until 2023, I can assure you, and traveling, it's going to be available for us soon. So you know, don't be afraid to show how far you have come during this Saturn in Aquarius transit, because people are really going to be interested in knowing your story. This is what I am seeing, pile number 2. And also, they are interested in seeing your personal story, like the fact that you are different, but you somehow reached peace and serenity nevertheless. And also with the 12th house, it could be that you're into not only traveling, but it could be that you're into philosophy, you're into spirituality, imagination, creativity, and in your faith. What Saturn in Aquarius wants to do, wants to give you much more faith in yourself. That's why Aries, because you have been waiting for taking this step and showing yourself to the world for the longest time. And maybe true recognition will really come after Saturn will go away from Aquarius in 2023. But that's not a reason not to do it. Actually, you should start it right now. And what it's going to lead you to do is to stop being isolated and feeling that you are the perfect person to share this message. Because in truth, you truly are. And by acknowledging this thing, is going to lead you to a lot of peace and serenity. I hope I'm making any sense, because we have been moving from relationship to career. So this is a very mystical, intense reading. So I know it's not everybody's cup of tea, but this is my style. Also, what I am seeing for you, it's the Ecstasy card from my Aradia deck. How beautiful, because like I told you, ultimately, whether it is going to be at the end of Saturn in Aquarius or during the transit, you're going to be so happy because finally you're going to be passionate, ecstatic, joyful of the fact that you're going to have promotions, recognitions at some points, new upgrades in your levels of consciousness, and you're going to feel that finally you're not just a witness to your life, but you're truly become, and you will become the main character of your own existence, because in actuality you were always the star of your movie. Okay, this is very important for you to know. Now let's read the message together that you have selected, pile number 2, which is this beautiful card. It's a mystical man meditating in the universe, and within himself he has the world, he has a possibility, a feather, and beautiful flowers blossoming up until his or her root chakra, crown chakra. So this card, just by looking at it, pile number 2, tells me that the Saturn in Aquarius, it's going to give you the possibility to travel the world. I know, right? To travel the world through airplanes especially, and to explore new territories, like we were saying before with that 9th house. I am seeing also for some others of you writing abilities or throat chakra related abilities, and these abilities are also connectors from your heart chakra to your throat chakra to your crown chakra. So for instance, what does it mean? You are able, or you're going to be able, thanks to Saturn in Aquarius, to gather energies, gather information from the spirit world through your crown chakra, speak it to the world, and connect them from your heart. So you are going to be a writer or a communicator that truly speaks from the heart of your source. So you will have this very you have this powerful way of speaking that touches people's heart, and that's why ultimately not only you're going to be successful and ecstatic during this transit of Saturn in Aquarius, but it's going to lead you to this great sense of peace and serenity, because you're going to feel like I'm doing what I'm supposed to do, and this is super important. And so the time for waiting is gone. Like, you are ready. That's the energy, and this is a sentence that I have for you during this transit of Saturn in Aquarius. You are ready. Okay, pile number 2, thank you so much for being here with me. Comment down below, share your stories, join my Patreon for extra content, and remember to subscribe and hit that ring bell button so you get always notified about my upcoming pico cards, lives, and so much more. And also to win my giveaways and future giveaways, I'm going to leave the link down below for the instruction to the giveaway, where you're going to win a Canon PowerShot camera. And see you guys later. Hello, pile number 3, and welcome to your reading. You chose the amethyst stone and also this beautiful image that we're going to read at the end of this reading. Usually I start my reading with the tarot and I move my way up with clarifiers through the oracles. And in this particular reading, we are going to see Saturn in Aquarius transit, and therefore also your psychic predictions, and how Saturn in Aquarius entering on the 17th of December 2020 up until the 7th of March of 2023 is going to affect your life. Now, this transit is huge, especially for the collective, because in a way or another, it's going to bring immense change, especially during 2021. Not only mentioning that this year, if I am correct, Saturn is also changing the sign with Jupiter in Aquarius, so it's going to be super powerful. And I think this is something that didn't happen for a very long time, but I'm not sure because I'm not an astrologer. So let's dive deep into your cards, pile number 3, and let's find out together how Saturn in Aquarius transit is going to affect your future. Okay, I'm gonna start with the tarot, like I was mentioning, and we do have the three of swords. I hope you guys can see it. Then we also have the 7 of wands for you, my pile number 3. and the star card, Aquarius. Very, very interesting. So at first glance, by judging at your tarot, I am seeing the Saturn in Aquarius entering on the 17th of December. It's going to be quite difficult initially for you, pile number 3. Difficult in regards to what? Maybe in regards, pile number 3, to your emotions due to the 3 of Swords. It could be the Saturn in Aquarius is going to ask you to separate or divide yourself from something that doesn't serve you anymore. And I know that this sounds similar to other piles or other readings that you probably had, but this is truly the energy of Saturn in Aquarius. Saturn in Aquarius is the revolutionary, and it's going to oblige and push a lot of people to extreme changes and renovations. And with the 3 of Swords, it could be that you're so heartbroken, whether it's due from a romance or for your career, or possibly from both. You are so heartbroken, and what your spirit guides and angels are also saying is the fact that you have been in this position of feeling heartbroken for too long, and it's almost like you cannot see truly a way out. And the way out, the Saturn in Aquarius, pile number 3, it's going to show you it's by not giving up on yourself due to the 7 of Wands. So it's almost like this very harsh, cold transit for you. Maybe you don't resonate a lot with Aquarius as an energy. It's going to show you that there is no way to go back and redo what you have done, or to recoup what you have created in the past, again, whether it's a romance or not. And the only way out is to push forward, and is in fact to move forward for you. And Saturn in Aquarius gives me the impression for you, pile number 1, of the Chariot card, number 7 in the major arcana, indicating connection to spirit and movement forward towards your future, your fulfillment, and your triumphant life. Because pile number 3, the life that you have been living so far, it's not the life that has served you the best. And probably you have finally, or you will very soon, realize that there is nothing there anymore for you to have from this very thing that you are doing, or from this person. So separation is necessary for you in order to prioritize on yourself and to think about yourself. And this could be Saturn in Aquarius could show up with like moving away from a career or a job, or just simply maybe you're going to get relocated somewhere else, and that is going to be a sort of new beginning. Or maybe you are going to change the way that you were doing things. But however, what it's going to happen energetically is the fact that you're not going to stay in this heartbroken, even ranting, complaining type of vibe with yourself, but you're going to raise up, stand up, and be like a warrior to yourself, and showing to the world that you can still fight, and you can still fight back. And you in this energy, it's going to give you, pile number 3, a lot of persistence and a lot of confidence in yourself of, okay, if this didn't work, that doesn't mean that I am not working, and therefore how can I work, how can I try for the last time. And this could also resonate for some of you in relationships. It could be, pile number 3, that either you're going to immediately like cut off a relationship, or for some others of you who are truly in love, it could be that the universe is going to give you another chance, another possibility at this romance. Or maybe for some others of you interested in career, it's going to be a new possibility within this career where you are truly going to say like, okay, this is the last time I'm going to try this thing. And if it doesn't work this time, that means it's truly not meant to be. And as you can see, it can work both for relationships as well as career. So fit the message where it needs to fit. What ultimately these two cards are letting me know, it's the fact that you're moving away from a broken heart. You're moving away from this energy of stagnation, from this energy of you feeling separated from your divine destiny, or maybe even from a lover or from true love in general. And you're going to give yourself a last chance to try and to fight for what you believe and to be persistent and very warrior type, like spiritual warrior, in the sense that I'm not going to allow the sadness and the sorrow to make me blocked in terms of my dreams, desires, and aspirations. And you shouldn't, because Saturn in Aquarius transit for you, pile number 3, it's there to show you that this last chance that you're going to have, whether it is in career or in love, is absolutely necessary. Because even if you give a last chance and it's going to be over, you never going to have regrets in your life, meaning that you're going to say to yourself and look at yourself in the mirror and be like, I'm so proud of myself because I tried it all and I did everything that I needed to do in order to make this thing work. And this is only going to make you stronger, more prideful, and more self-aware of your possibilities and energies. And also for some others of you, it could very much be the Saturn in Aquarius, because you don't give up and you keep remaining persistent even after the challenges and even after the heartbreak, is actually going to reward you. But I feel for you, pile number 3, I feel that the rewards doesn't come due to Aquarius as a sign in the sign of in the planet of Saturn, but it's because Saturn is going away from Capricorn. So every time that a planet goes away from a sign, it delivers usually a gift. And this is your gift from Capricorn, not from Aquarius. I hope I'm making any sense. And the age of Aquarius, or actually Saturn in Aquarius, is the new beginning that you really, really wanted. So Saturn in Capricorn, and actually Saturn leaving Capricorn, is going to deliver you this gift, whether it's leaving completely or is the resolution of what you have been struggling so hard during this Saturn in Capricorn. And it's going to allow you through Aquarius to have a new beginning. I am seeing for some of you guys who are interested in career, pile number 3, if you have like an online or an independent business, it could be that you have completely rebranded yourself, or you will have this possibility of a second chance with people and your clients. It could be in a workplace, a second chance to have a promotion. It could be a school, a second chance to apply for a certain university or scholarship. And of course, in a relationship, it could be a second chance in this very important relationship for you, whether it is an ex-partner or an existing partner, or even for some others of you who believe so, in a past life issue. So whatever the second chance I am picking upon is going to be, it's going to really be very fundamental in the unfoldment of the star card, and therefore of your North Node and divine destiny. Because even if it doesn't work out, in my opinion, it's going to lead you to the right path. For many of you though, pile number 3, it's going to work out, because what you have learned during Saturn in Capricorn, it's hard work. And what you have learned is the fact that sometimes you just have to have faith, and even though it seems like you're working and nothing comes out, there is an energy that it's above us, that it's divine intervention, and things just happen and are given to you at the right time due to your own soul evolution, and also due to the evolution of the right people. I am picking up on the vibe that maybe if you have confronted a lot of difficulties during 2020 or 2019, so on and so forth, it's because it wasn't the right time for you due to the lack of awareness of people around you, or the people that you were addressing your message, your activity, your talent, your skill, whatever it might be, towards, or even might not have been the right time for a proper relationship. So you have to learn to overcome challenges. This is what I am strongly hearing for you, pile number 3. But with the star card, the challenges are over, and this is the last effort that Saturn is asking you to do in order to get that fulfilling reward that is going to ultimately lead you to your true destiny. And what is true destiny? Well, that's up to you, of course, because the Star card does represent reconciliation with soulmates, does represent people, friends helping you out as well, and does represent Aquarius as an energy and wish fulfillment. So be grateful to the universe and be grateful to Saturn, because not only he has taught you a lot when he was in the sign of Capricorn, hard and cold as it is, but it's going to open you up new possibilities, and especially I am seeing new beginning, whether or not in an existing thing that you're doing, like rebranding and revamping it, or in a completely different pattern, but it's definitely going to lead you to have what you truly desire. And you're going to feel also, pile number 3, I'm hearing very overwhelmed because you truly don't expect it. This last chance that you're giving to this person, or that you're giving to this activity that you're doing, it's almost like, you know, I'm not expecting anything. Like, even though you are saying it, I'm like, I had so many disappointments that I just don't care anymore. And so that's why I feel Saturn in Aquarius is going to be really an intense shock and an intense change that it's going to give you this wish fulfillment at the end. And it's going to be very exciting because I feel, pile number 3, you truly don't expect it. Now let's find out more cards, shall we? So I'm also seeing from the Tarot of Scarab the 7 of Cups, which in this tarot is the Lord of Success. And also we do have from the Angels the Miracles card. And this is very interesting because I never watched the cards before, so like I never read them, especially before. It's very, very interesting. And then we have Cordelia, go outside. You have been indoors too long, go outside and get some fresh air. Very, very interesting. So I am picking up on the vibe that for those of you guys, like I have so many message, pile number 3, so let me just recapture the thoughts. So in regards to relationships, I am seeing that you will have the second chance with this individual, especially if you know who I'm talking about. But the thing is, maybe due to the pandemic, you guys were so close to each other, like literally you were in lockdown together, and this has made things very heavy, very difficult, and this is what is causing the clash. So finally, due to Saturn in Aquarius, you're going to be able to expand your friendship, go out more, finally seeing friends, doing activities outside, and this is going to help you guys tremendously to recapture your romance. For people who are single, you will have finally the possibility to go more outside, and therefore not being so stressed out about staying alone at home or having always to work or being watching videos and losing time, some things that you don't need, things like that. So this is going to be very fundamental for you, pile number 3. And in regards to career and life purpose, this is going to be the best part because I am seeing that again, you're going to give this thing a second chance, another possibilities, even though you don't expect anything. And Saturn in Aquarius, being weird as Aquarians are and very visionary, it's going to bring you success and it's going to bring you a miracle. The Star card, the Miracles card, go outside. It's almost like you have been in a dark cave for so long, heartbroken, not understanding why things weren't working out, trying to overcome so many challenges, feeling constantly defeated, frustrated, heartbroken. That you're like, I'm just gonna try for the last freaking time and that's it, I am done. Again, both relationships, both work, could be both. And I am seeing that the universe will crown you with flowers. So we'll give you, when flowers are given, for example, in a dream, or jewelries are given in a dream, or things like that, truly there is a wish fulfillment. Like truly there is a miracle popping up into your life. And this is really pile number 3, long due for you. And for you, it is about success with the 7 of Cups, because I am hearing with the Tarot of Sakara, that you guys, you have been trying everything. And what the angels and spirit guides want you to know is that you didn't do anything wrong. Like, you only learned from this experience of trying everything, and you understood that it doesn't really matter exactly what you do. You have been learning through the process, and at the end of the day, you learn just to get things out of the way and go back to yourself at the same time. I am sure that if this pico card is resonating with you, you're also following me on this one. And with the Seven of Cups, you have been so confused even about how you should behave, act, or do things anymore. Even in a relationship, you didn't know anymore how to talk to this person. You didn't know anymore how to relate to this person, because everything that you were saying was annoying, or you were getting annoyed by this other person. Or in a career, it's almost like you've tried it all and nothing was working, to the point where you're like, I'm giving this thing a last chance, otherwise it's over. And you know, through error, failure, you understand what it is exactly, where you understand how to, you understand the ingredient to your alchemy. What does it mean? Like, I'm seeing almost like a witch or a magician with a cauldron, and you're doing like a potion, you know. It just reminds me, I don't know why, of Asterix and Obelix. And there is this very cute cartoon that I think they released 1 or 2 years ago that is called The Magic Potion. And basically the magician is explaining to his future inheritance how to construct the potion of eternal strength or eternal life, something like that. Comment down below if you know better than me, because I watched it only once. And all this apprentice are making so many mess until they finally found, especially one of them finds the true way to make that potion. And this is the metaphor that I am seeing for you. It's almost like you have been trying in a relationship or in career so many things, like, let's put a bit of this and let's put a bit of that, and then let's remove this. No, maybe I should put this one, and the potion has been exploding. It's been challenging, it's been frustrating. You throw the cauldron or your PC literally on the floor. You tried it all, and it's just like, this is the last time with the last ingredients that I have that I'm gonna try to make this potion. Otherwise, you know what, screw this potion altogether. I am just taking a different class. That's the vibe that I'm picking up for you. And it's so cool because Saturn in Aquarius, it's going maybe through technology, because Aquarius is a very technological sign. It's finally like, you're gonna mix all the ingredients, you're gonna do it all over again one last time, and then boom, it worked. The potion is there. You can drink it now. You can have your miracle. You can have your wish fulfillment. You're gonna be like, no way. No way. I can't believe it. Like, tears are gonna fall from your eyes, and you're gonna be like, no, this is not happening, right? If this is not happening, you know, when you have been failing so many times at doing something, like, I don't know if you ever had the sensation, I had it in school, or like with the computer, when I was learning things and you were failing so many times with this program, and I was like, I'm gonna have a nervous breakdown, and then all of a sudden it works and you're like, yes, yes, I'm owning this shit. I'm owning it. It's like, it's amazing. And I think this is the energy, I'm sorry. With pile number 3, I don't know why, I always get in this weird energy of mine. So I am sorry. And pile number 3, this is the energy that I'm picking up for you during this transit of Saturn in Aquarius. Now, let's discover more cards, shall we? I'm also having the 10th house, very interesting. The 11th house and the 6th house. So with the 6th house, the 11th house, and the 10th house, all of these houses for me, they talk about work. So this is a pile for a lot of people about career and work. And definitely I am picking up on this vibe that for you, pile number 3, the transit of Saturn in Aquarius is going to affect the most your social life, your community, your friendship more than lovers, and your career environment. Now, Now, how is it going to affect that for the better? Because in my opinion, pile number 3, you have been struggling way too much already. And I feel possibly you could have a Saturn in Capricorn and you have been exiting your Saturn return right now, or it could be simply that you have been struggling in this years. There are so many other transit and conjunctions that can be heavy in the birth chart of an individual, not just the Saturn return. So with that instance, with the 10th house, this talks about like the star card, about your career, where you're heading in life, where you're going, your destiny, your success, responsibility, and becoming somebody well known. So for many of you guys, whatever it's going to be your career, you are going to finally have success. For some of you guys with the 10th house, especially if you have mid-heaven, maybe not, but if you have like planets in the 10th house, like Venus in the 10th house, this could very much be that you are going to be a public figure, which includes like politicians, it could be like celebrities, you could be on YouTube, you could be a musician, you could be a teacher of any sort. But I am seeing you in the public eye, and you will be seen very, very strongly. And I was almost choking while I was saying that, because I feel that you don't expect the amount of success and recognition that you're going to get, possibly, or you are going to feel like, oh, hold on a minute, I don't have my voice anymore. It could be very much that for some of you, you are singers, and so you know, you're going to have a bit of a panic mode when it comes down to go on stage and singing. But this is your destiny. And I'm also seeing with the 11th house, it could be that you're connected to foreign lands, you're connected to social media, technology at large, being Saturn in Aquarius in the 11th house. And I am seeing, like I was saying before with the star card, that you are going to be helped by other people, by friends, by soulmates, or you are going to find during this transit of Saturn in Aquarius, you are going to find your place in the world, your freedom. You are going to feel like finally you have clicked with certain individuals, with certain communities, with certain belief systems, and you are going to expand your circle of friends for the better. And this is going to be a very exciting moment in your life, and definitely a moment of incredible opportunities that will shape your destiny. Also with the 6th house, I am seeing that if you are connected to work of services that you give to clients through social media, or service of people like healing works, or if you have been doing charity, for instance, in the past, this is all good karma lining up for you that is going to show up in gifts coming from the universe during the Saturn return in Aquarius. You could be that your South Node is in the 6th house. So before Saturn in Aquarius, you have learned how to use your energy wisely, and you have learned how to give to others your energy. And because of this lesson accomplished of discernment between how much energy you can spend for yourself and you can spend for other people, finally success and rewards, or a wish fulfillment, it's going to happen. I'm definitely seeing very strong a vibe of work, and very strong a vibe of you connecting to your divine purpose and to do what it's good for yourself and also good for others. This is a very, very important transit for you. This is a major transit for you. So you could be an Aquarius yourself, you could be a Taurus, you could be a Sagittarius, or you could be a Scorpio. I am seeing this 4 sign being very affected by the Saturn in Aquarius, and I don't know why, I just channeled it. Comment down below if it's a thing in astrology. And I am seeing that this is the transit that it's going to affect you the most in your life, in my opinion, in terms of alignment with your higher self, alignment with your purpose, and alignment with your destiny. Also, maybe because Jupiter is going to be in Aquarius as well. Also, I am seeing the card of escape. Very, very interesting, because this card reminds me of go outside and the 3 of Swords, and also the 11th house. So For you, the Saturn in Aquarius transit, pile number 3, it's going to truly connect you to your state of freedom and your state of liberation. Liberation from burdens, liberation from challenges and obstacles. The lessons I am hearing have been accomplished. You have finally found the right ingredients for your potions and you are ready. You are ready to sell it even to the world or to give it to people that actually need it. And with the escape card, this gives me the impression that for some of you, it could be that this is going to be the end of a very challenging phase in your life, the end of that job, that relationship, and that career, in order to know that the universe, when it takes away from you, is only to give you something back, and what it's coming back at you, it's a true miracle and what your heart truly desires, whether it is a better relationships, a better job, or both of them. And for some others of you, with the escape, it's almost like through finally pushing for the last time, you feel in actuality you have been closing the door of the past and you are escaping to a new dawn completely, like a new horizon, a new sunset opening up for you. And it could also be pile number 3 that this has to do with relocations, or this has to do with moving into a new house or moving into a new country, a new city, renovating yourself to the core and the space around you. Wow, what a powerful transit for you, my pile number 3. I also want to have some additional tarot cards for you just to clarify these 3 houses that I am seeing. Also, 3 could be a number of great importance for you, my pile number 3. 3, 3, 3. So that could be a lot of creativity being involved, or I am seeing painting. So if you have been painting, that is going to be the new thing that you're going to do in the future. And we also, beautiful, we have the Lovers card. So a decision will be made during this age of Aquarius transit of Saturn in Aquarius. And with the Lovers card, it could very much be that this last chance that you're giving to this individual, it's going to be very, very positive, and it's going to lead to incredible success and rewards when it comes down to your love life. For the people who are singles, moving away from the 3 of Swords and that stagnation of sadness and complaints is going to get you reunited during the Saturn in Aquarius with your true lover. And Saturn in Aquarius, as I said, is going to last up until the 7th of March of 2023. And we also have the 10 of Cups. So if you are going to relocate, for instance, into a new house or into, you know, a better environment, this is going to be supremely blessed and positive for you, my pile number 3, during the Saturn in Aquarius transit, because it's going to lead to extreme love for life, extreme love for family, reunion of soulmates, reunion of eternal lovers, however you want to put it, and abundance. So wow. Well, I don't think you expect what it's gonna come. Definitely what it's going to come, it's going to be like, I'm almost seeing like a sword cutting your life, or maybe even your birth chart in 2. It's almost like you have been living a life up until this point and you thought that that was the life that you were always going to live, and then now drastically things are going to change. Drastical change is happening during this transit in Aquarius for you, pile number 3. Now let's read the message that you have selected. You have chose a beautiful card. There is the representative of Stonehenge in the middle of the universe, and as we know, Stonehenge, I'm sorry if I don't pronounce it correctly, is a vortex of energy, and it's almost like many say it's a dimensional door to a different dimension, to a different reality. So however you want to see Stonehenge, I am seeing again the same message of you entering a new door, you know, going towards this door and entering like in a quantum jump, a new experience, a new life, and a new existence that is going to be completely different and separated, I'm hearing, from what you have witnessed and experienced in the past. And so that is why pile number 3, I was saying how much important this transit of Saturn in Aquarius is going to be for you. Now, wow, you have the card of magic. Let me read this message for you, my pile number 3. If you do not believe in magic, your life will not be magical. Magic, like the power of Stonehenge, is part of the unknowable, that which you cannot describe, but which exists and makes your life extraordinary. It is part of the goodness of your spirits. Is that mysterious and intriguing part of your spiritual life. Magic is what we are all looking for, but if you try to hold it and name it and describe it, you will lose it. You must talk around magic, describe what led you there, and give thanks for that part of the universe that is unknowable and full of color and strength and magic. Out of relationships comes magic. Out of the friction of forgetting and remembering comes magic. Out of the mist of the dawn and the mysteries of creation comes magic, and the magic that we all call life. Out of your passion for existence comes magic, and magic is the key word for you. Maybe you are a witch, or maybe you practice spell. If so, join my Patreon, because I always talk about witch content over there. Or maybe you have done a spell that you have forgotten about, or a manifestation that is actually going to come true. But one thing is sure is that during this transit of Saturn in Aquarius, your life is about to become magical. And I love this energies for you, pile number 3. Comment down below, let me know your story. Subscribe and hit that ring bell button so you don't forget, so you don't miss any of the notifications and further pico cards and videos that I post on this channel. Subscribe also to win my giveaway and future giveaways that include winning a Canon camera, and private readings are down below, Patreon, blah 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 blah, links are down below, and I see you guys later. Thank you so much for being here with me today. Okay, pile number 4. You have chosen the rose quartz as a stone, and also this beautiful watery scenario for your message that we're going to read at last. I am going to start with the tarot just to see the overall energies, and then we are going to move our way up through the oracles. So let's see together how Saturn in Aquarius transit is going to affect your life. This is such a powerful transit. The last time that we had this transit was in 1994, and this transit is going to last up until the 7th of March of 2023. So let's find out together your psychic predictions and how Saturn in Aquarius is going to affect your future. Alrighty. We do have the 2 of Pentacles, Taurus, Virgo, or Capricorn. Then we also have the 8 of Cups, Pisces, Cancer, or Scorpio, very strong in this reading. And also we have the 9 of Pentacles, the other earth sign. So, wow. The 8 of Cups should be in the middle. So what is happening over here is that you could be a Taurus, or you could be definitely an earth sign or a very stubborn sign. And you could be, Cancer as well, I am picking up upon. But regardless of the zodiac sign, I am seeing that you have been indecisive about a decision that is so fundamental for your life, and that the universe, due to this transit of Saturn in Aquarius, is going to oblige you to make. Like, your angels and spirit guides, pile number 4, are saying you cannot remain indecisive anymore. You need to balance your emotions. You need to make peace with your mind in a way. And, you know, when your mind, your body, and your soul are aligned, that's truly when miracles can happen. But they cannot happen in the middle of a confusion. So you want to enter this energy with the right state of mind and with your head pointing towards your north node. And in my opinion, many of you are going to enter this transit from the 17th of December of Saturn in Aquarius with a very confused mind. But no worries, because Saturn in Aquarius, it's actually there to help you out and to give you some sort of relief. Saturn in Aquarius, pile number 4, it's going to give you the relief and the courage to walk away from what you have built so far. What? You might say, like, how is that a positive thing? Because it's not making you happy, pile number 4. It's really draining you. It's not what you're supposed to do. It's long due, and that's why I was connecting you with Taurians, because Taurians, I'm a Taurus, so no offense, but Taurians really, they stay longer than what they should in something. And it's because they get very lazy, they get very comfortable, they're very stubborn, they're very loyal though. So they get also, they're too loyal sometimes to the things that you have built. But you know, life is always expanding and it's always changing. And with this 2 of Pentacles and the 8 of Cups, Saturn in Aquarius, pile number 4, is truly going to help you out walking away. And you know, at the end of the day, pile number 4, the cups that you have builded are there for everybody to see anyway. For instance, I don't tour anymore with my band or with my music. I just don't. And does that mean that because I closed the door on my music that it's never going to be there and was a failure? No, it was a success actually, for what I'm concerned. And it's always my music, it's always going to be there for everybody that likes it to listen to. And it's going to be one of the milestones that I have achieved in my life. But life moves on and life should move on. And the same goes to you, pile number 4. All the cups that you have built so far are your experience. And if you believe in past lives, imagine how many things you have already left behind that you don't even remember. But once you're going to go into the spirit world, you're going to have a life review and you're going to witness everything that you have created as one. And that totality of your creation is who you are and who you have become so far. So nothing truly is a failure and nothing truly is left behind. You are just blossoming into a new self. And this is positive also because Saturn in Aquarius transit for you, pile number 4, is making you leave something behind, maybe with a bit of sadness, okay, in your heart, but at the same time it's giving you a great gift. And the great gift that is giving you, and it's going to give you throughout the transit, is great freedom, great independence, and accomplishments in your work and in your career with the 9 of Pentacles. The 9 of Pentacles is the minor arcana for the Empress, which talks about fertility, abundance, fertility of ideas, spiritual fertility, and fertility of material resources. But the 9 of Pentacles is a card that needs to be embraced with great independence at heart. So maybe for some of you, what I am seeing, pile number 4, is that Saturn in Aquarius is not going to give you love in and of itself, or is actually going to make you move away from a relationship or move away from a job, whatever it is, especially if it is a job or a career that is related to other people, or that you don't feel independent, like you always need someone else in order to do this very thing. That is not the career for you probably, and Saturn in Aquarius is going to realign you to be more independent, to be maybe an entrepreneur, or to work by yourself. And through yourself, by working alone, you will gather the abundance that you truly want. And this is what I am seeing. Now, obviously, being the Two of Pentacles also present, it goes without saying that this transit is going to be quite long, because it lasts up until the 7th of March 2023. So many of the things that I am describing for you are going to happen within the span of 3 years. So therefore, it's going to take a while for you, in my opinion, pile number 4, to decide to walk away. So it's not that Saturn in Aquarius is obliging you to walk away, but at the same time, it's saying to you, pile number 4, the sooner the better. So take your time, fine, make a decision, but you know it's time to go. And also, I have another card for you, which is the Three of Wands from the Tarot of Scarab, the Lord of Sorrow. So yeah, like I said before, I'm not gonna lie to you, you are going to walk away from the situation. Actually, sorry, it's not the Three of Wands, it's the Three of Swords from the Lord of Scarab. You're going to walk away from the situation with sadness in your heart, because like I said before, whether it's for romance or it's for career, you felt that you have spent so much time building this thing, and now, like, why would you leave it? Like, can it not be, you know, can it not survive a little bit more? I spent so much time and dedication into doing this very thing that I was doing. Why, Saturn? Why do you want to do this to me? Why do you want to take this away from me? And it's like, because this is not what you need anymore. You need it, and now you don't need it anymore, and it's truly not making you happy, because I'm truly feeling for you, pile number 4, that you're very, very sad. You are sad inside. Like, you're not even talking to other people about this, in my opinion, pile number 4. I feel like sometimes you just stare and nothing. Maybe you are around other people, or you're doing your job, or you're maybe with this other person, whatever it's going to be for you, but you're staring at the floor and you're like, life, it's the same. Like, every day you're doing the same thing every single day, and you've become almost a machine, and you're like, I cannot leave because I took so much time and so maybe so much money, so much effort in doing this thing, but it's like you're in a loop. And you're looking at emptiness, and you're so sad, and you're too sad. Like, maybe people near you are not able to understand your sadness. Like, every time you're trying to communicate with the world that you are hating doing what you're doing, people don't get it, and they're like, why you are complaining? Like, you have what other people want, why you are complaining? You shouldn't complain. Or maybe you are in a relationship and you're complaining about it and you don't feel happy, and you're like, but why you're complaining? There are people that are alone. You know, this sort of misunderstanding with others around you, they just don't get how empty and sad you feel inside. And this is such a pity, because in my opinion, pile number 4, you have so much more to give, and you have so much more creativity and fertility within yourself in order to align yourself to better things. And this is what Saturn in Aquarius wants you to realize. It wants you to realize that how long can you feel that what you're doing you just should do, because you shouldn't complain and there's nothing else to do. It's not true, pile number 4. There is something else to do, and it's not that you are ungrateful. You just have to decide that, yes, you have built this thing, and this is beautiful, and you have to be proud of what you've built, but you cannot be stuck in a loop forever. You gotta expand it and move on and change it. And for you, the change the Saturn in Aquarius transit wants to bring is related heavily upon your independence. Okay, now I'm also seeing White Tara sensitivity. And I'm also seeing Archangel Michael. Very beautiful. Now, before I talk about White Tara, I want to talk about Archangel Michael. Why? Archangel Michael is such a powerful archangel because he is the only one who holds a sword. Sword representative of truth, representative of justice, and representative of cutting cords with lower vibrations. However you want to interpret lower vibrations. So call upon Archangel Michael. during this transit in Saturn in Aquarius, because I am seeing pile number 4 that Archangel Michael could be one of your spirit guides, it could be one of your angels. It's working very closely to you, and it's going to help you out removing the cords of attachment that are stemming from the past, and they are stemming from this very thing that you don't want to let go of, but in actuality it's truly necessary for you to let go. And with the white Terra and sensitivity, you don't want to let go of it because you're very stubborn and also very sensitive, and you're scared that if you let go, which is understandable, you're never going to find independence, or you're going to lose money, or you're not going to be happy. But these are only lies, deceptions, and fear of your ego that wants you to stay stuck, because its very existence is based upon stagnation. The ego is temporary. The ego is illusionary. The ego dies, the body dies, and it wants you to remain stagnant because it wants to accomplish the fact that he's the only one that exists in your reality. But this is not true. It's all fear-based. The only one that exists in your reality is your soul, and your soul has no fear, because when you don't die, you don't have fear. Ultimately, fear is generated most of the time due to fear of perish. It's the fear of the unknown, of perishing, because you don't know what it's gonna come next. Like, if I die, what is gonna happen? And the ego, wanting to be so bad and being so attached to this life and to this body, and wanting so badly and desperately to affirm the illusion, is saying, but I don't want to die. Like, I don't know what's gonna come next. But your soul is saying, hello, you're just a vehicle. You're just like Ganesh and the mouse, you know, you are my vehicle in which I express myself, but you are me. In actuality, hello, have you forgotten who you are? You are me. It's not that you exist on your own. You know, it's this kind of thing. So in this sense, you are having a death of the ego during your Saturn in Aquarius, because I feel that in a lifetime you can never truly have a complete death of the ego, because again, your ego is the thing that you use, that your soul uses to express itself into this incarnation. But at the same time, you can confront that ego and say, as a soul, I am your master. It's not the opposite, okay? And by doing that, you truly are not living in fear anymore, and you're not afraid anymore to just stay on your own even, because you access the infinite awareness of source and of your soul, and you know that if I will never die, and I'm not actually dying, but I'm only going to reside somewhere else, maybe I don't know where this place is, but I'm going to be somewhere else, then I'm not alone, because over there might be other people. And then if I am a soul, what does it mean to be a soul? That I'm connected to a source and all that jazz. So all of this illuminations, all of this awareness is brought up to you during the Saturn in Aquarius transit, and it's going to make your sensitivity more enlightened and expanded, okay? I apologize, pile number 4. My readings are very mystical, and there's nothing I can do about it. This is the way I speak on a day-to-day basis. So I know it's not everybody cup of tea, this sort of readings, but this is what I do. So with the Archangel Michael, call upon him during the Saturn in Aquarius transit, pile number 4, because it's going to help you out cutting the cords to the attachment that you must let go of. Now, I'm also seeing, talking about water, the moon card, and the moon in Cancer, which is his normal placement. And then I'm also seeing Uranus. Very interesting. Now, with the moon, I feel that potentially, pile number 4, you could be psychic, or you could have a very strong heightened psychic ability and sensitivity, like we were saying before. And with Cancer, obviously we are talking about your emotions, your feelings, your intentions, and thinking and reevaluating the past, your intuition, and a life review. So in this period of Saturn in Aquarius, the initial part of Saturn in Aquarius, you are going to truly see, like in a projector screen, your life so far, and you're going to understand why it is necessary and it is time to move on. And with Uranus, this moving forward that you're going to do, it's going to be transformative, revolutionary, and tremendously unexpected. Because I feel, pile number 4, after all the talk, you're still undecisive to whether to do it or not. So it's just one of those things. Some people, like Taurians, for instance, they move slow before they make a decision. They have to analyze all the points. They have to talk to at least 5 readers, to get 5 astrology readers, read everything that is possible to read. Like, it's hard, you know, but I'm not judging and neither hating upon Taurians. Again, I'm a Taurus, so I'm just saying I'm picking up on these vibes, okay? So that's okay. And the universe knows this. They know that you need time, and this is fine. They're going to give you time, but to a certain extent, pile number 4. And with Uranus, this is very, very... Uranus is in Taurus, right? In astrology. So that's why there is Uranus, and I was channeling Taurus. I was completely forgetting about that. So, mind you. So Uranus is very positive because Uranus is giving you this, you know, this quick, sharp, new excitement journey. It's bringing you new beginnings. It's bringing you... Uranus doesn't hate you. Pile number 4. Uranus wants to show you your greatest potential and wants to show you that you cannot always control the outcomes. You cannot always plan everything. Life is about unexpected experiences most of the time that are also positive and uplifting. And so, in my opinion, with Archangel Michael being on your side and you being undecisive, again, you know, try to balance your emotion, try to make all your plans and what you usually do, but you're going to see during this transit of Saturn in Aquarius that after a while, especially during at the end of 2021 and beginning of 2022, Uranus is going to kick in very strongly for you, pile number 4, and it's going to start letting you decide and, you know, pushing you away from these cups that you have built. There is something different, and this thing, it's different. Why? Because Uranus, it's almost like Aquarius. I'm not an astrologist, so I don't know why I'm channeling this thing, but I'm seeing Aquarius and Uranus very similar to each other in a way, and in a way wants you to be different from other people, wants you to stand out, wants you to be more independent, not always having to plan, not always having to ask everybody what to do, even independent from readings. It wants to lead you in a different direction. Very, very important for you, pile number 4. Now, I'm also seeing, you see, a very weird example of doing things, a different way of seeing things, unexpected changes, and you have to be open to new ways and invent new ways. You are inventors. Can you say that? Like, you are creators of some sort. You, Uranus, and the Saturn in Aquarius, maybe your North Node is in Aquarius, or maybe you have strong placement in Aquarius. This is telling you that you will never fit in a way. And I know it sounds so harsh, but you need to tap into your vision, your true vision. And once that will be solid in your mind, that is when you will feel independence. That is when you will attract abundance. And it's going to be big, that abundance that you're going to attract. So it's very positive that Archangel Michael is close to you, because it's going to take a lot of strength to undergo, and especially with the moon and the Cancer card, it's going to take a lot of strength to undergo such emotional upheavals. But this is fundamentally important for you and your soul evolution, okay? And this is not only bad news, actually they're very positive. And I also have for you the card of fecundity. So it could be, For some of you, with the Saturn in Aquarius transit, you are going to remain pregnant. And for the people who are interested in children, obviously these are the years up until 2023 when you are going to become a mother, and that is also the unexpected change that it's going to happen in your life, and it's going to make you leave a situation that don't serve you or don't match you with becoming a mother, with more situations that are aligned with that. For the people, of course, who are not interested in motherhood, the fecundity card is the fact that even though you are leaving something that you have built behind, remember, you have a vivid imagination with the moon card in Cancer, and you have a vivid, incredible mind. And it could be also that your Jupiter is exalted in some placement, and works of imagination will be fundamental during this transit. And also the fecundity card gives me the impression of the Nine of Pentacles, independence, being by yourself, being luxurious, having a lot of money, and having a lot of creative ideas. So this is where Saturn in Aquarius is leading you. Pile number 4 is leading you towards an independence that, in my opinion, you never experienced before. So especially if you are already a mother, I am hearing, and you are a single mother and you feel that you cannot, handle the situation by yourself, Saturn in Aquarius is going to teach you, with the help of Uranus as well, that you can. And you're going to be really, you're going to shock other people at the amount of strength that you have and the amount of wealth that you're going to be able to attract. For people in general, private readings, of course, down below, this is talking about your capacity by being independent, by leaving things behind, to attract incredible abundance and incredible outcome for you. So wow, let's see also a final message for you. You have chosen this beautiful card, the Ocean. Beautiful, especially because you guys have so many cards that talk about water, that talk about sensitivity, and you are going to listen to something very important during this Saturn in Aquarius. Your ears are going to be open, and remaining open is fundamental for you at this time. Pile number 4. The card is the card of focus. Much of what you see in life is an agreement that something is in fact true. To develop power, focus on one aspect of your life. This could be your career, a sport, or some endeavor that you have a passion about. Become an expert. In the process of becoming an expert, you fine-tune your whole being. You collect the important parts of yourself, and you begin to live the life of a warrior. Rid yourself of attitudes that are not essential to your task. Collect your energy and focus your power on wondrous and magical acts. Let the shell of your consciousness rise out of the ocean of your subconscious mind. It's just a matter of focus. And this is exactly what Saturn in Aquarius looks for you. What a beautiful card. If you want, rewind the message and listen to it again, because I am seeing that in actuality what you're doing, pile number 4, is decluttering your emotional closet, focusing on only one thing and one task that you know is actually your purpose, and then succeeding and triumphantly coming out of a dark tunnel. Okay, this is what I see for you, my pile number 4, for your Saturn in Aquarius transit psychic predictions. Comment down below and let me know your stories. Subscribe to this channel and hit that ring bell button so you get always notified about my upcoming pick cards, tarot videos, and so much more. And subscribe also to win my giveaway and many other giveaways. The link for the giveaway is down below with the instructions. And also share, like, join my Patreon for extra content, you know, all of this jazz, and I see you guys later. Okay, you guys, thank you so much for being here with me today. Subscribe to this channel for more videos and hit that ring bell button to always get notified. And keep in mind, you're never wrong if you follow love. And I see you guys later. Bye.